Welcome to Zelda Universe, it's Zelda time! Hey guys, welcome to This Week in Zelda News. I'm your host, Bastion. Let's get to those top stories. So first of all, we had a contest going on over at our site for the 25th anniversary t-shirt. It's the official t-shirt that Nintendo authorized. The contest ended just on Monday, so hope you got your entries in. We'll be choosing the winner very shortly, so stay tuned to the website for that. So our first piece of real news is that the Guinness Book of World Records decided to go ahead and try to rank the 50 greatest video game endings of all time. And Ocarina of Time did pretty decent. It made it to number 3. And number 2 was Halo Reach, and number 1 was Call of Duty Black Ops. But hey, at least Ocarina of Time made it to number 3. Also of note is that Twilight Princess made it at number 41. And our next piece of news concerns an interesting glitch found in Skyward Sword. It's basically a boss battle with Ghirahim, and they found out that at one point he teleports, basically, in battles, and at one point he simply teleported completely out of the battle, and that allowed the player to do absolutely nothing, and they had to reset because they were not awarded the victory, nor did they have the option of trying to reset the battle or anything, so hopefully that doesn't happen to you. And then as far as a little bit of Zelda humor goes, we posted an interesting article. It's not really an article, but it's sort of like a what if Zelda games were ranked in the same sort of way as a Yelp website would rank them. Now, for those not familiar with Yelp, Yelp is a website where if you go to a restaurant and you experience some awful customer service or it's dirty or something, you can write a little angry review about it. Honestly, that's basically what Yelp is. I very seldom see positive, glowing reviews on Yelp. Every once in a while you'll see something like that, but oftentimes it's really just people who've had a bad experience that want to complain about it. So Yelp is sort of notorious for being this sort of negative sort of website where you can submit your own reviews. So the whole point of this Zelda Dungeons as reviewed by Yelp was just supposed to be a joke on Yelp. Unfortunately, a lot of people sort of took it as a joke on the Zelda Dungeons themselves, and they make some points about those Zelda Dungeons, but really it's basically a parody of Yelp. So if you're not familiar with Yelp, it might not be that interesting to you. If you are familiar with Yelp, go ahead and give these reviews of the Zelda Dungeons a read, because they're pretty spot on with the sort of thing that you'd see on Yelp. Things like, I came to this dungeon and it was freezing cold. Why can't they turn up the heat just because it's called a nice dungeon? Things like that. Our next story concerns the fan-altered Super Mario Bros. Crossover game. Now, some of you may have already played this, and you'll know what it is basically you're allowed to play as Link or Samus Aran, or basically a variety of characters, 8-bit style, in the regular Super Mario Brothers, and you have your own unique abilities that relate to those characters that you're playing as. Really awesome idea. What the developer Exploding Rabbit did just recently is they went ahead and upgraded that to a 2.0 version, and what this means is you can now play not just in the old 8-bit style, but now also in a Game Boy style, also in a Super Nintendo style. So you basically can play as Link from the regular original Legend of Zelda, from Link's Awakening, from A Link to the Past, and also, a little spoiler, there's an appearance by Dark Link. So it's a really awesome, interesting upgrade. And not only that, but they went ahead and upgraded the power-ups so that those are character-specific. You can, throw a boomerang, you can attack with your sword, up thrust, down thrust. The music is dependent on which style of Link you're playing, so if you're playing Link from A Link to the Past, you'll hear those dungeon themes from A Link to the Past. If you're playing from the Link from the original Legend of Zelda, then you'll hear the regular overworld theme from that game, and so on. So really interesting idea. I'm definitely playing it another time through now because of this upgrade. And another interesting video game smash-up that just happened is another fan went ahead and decided to take Pac-Man and then replace all the graphics with a Link to the Past graphics. So now you can play as Link in a Pac-Man style arena, which basically looks like Kakariko Village, and you collect rupees as you go along, and so it's an interesting take. If you have never played Pac-Man, hey, and you're a Zelda fan, obviously, now's a good time to start. Another piece of exciting news is that Skyward Sword is up for Best Video Game of the Year by BAFTA. BAFTA is I think it's the British Arts Film Academy or something like that. I'm not really sure what the letters stand for. All I know is it's British, and it's kind of like their version of Oscars, but now they also do video game awards as well. So it's a public choice sort of thing, and I don't think you have to be British just to vote. I voted, and I'm not usually British. That was the worst British accent. I'm terribly sorry. Terribly sorry, Gov. So you can vote anyway, I think. So go vote, make Skyward Sword win, because it kind of deserves it this year. And then our final piece of Zelda news concerns a rumor that was heard. Now, this is also something that kind of caused a little bit of controversy over on our website, so I'll try to be as clear as I possibly can. Basically, the rumor was 3 parts, and this was all together as one rumor. The rumor is Retro is looking for people who are well-versed in hand-painted style of graphics. The second piece of the rumor is that they're looking for hiring people as translators to better communicate with Nintendo. And then the third piece of the rumor, all linked together, is that this is due to something that has to do with a game that is somehow related to Skyward Sword. Now, whether the rumor is trying to imply that this is a sequel to Skyward Sword, a prequel to Skyward Sword, just simply the Wii U version of Skyward Sword, no idea. But again, that's all one rumor encapsulated. A lot of people have tried to say, well, so maybe they're working on a game for Nintendo, but it's not necessarily Skyward Sword. Okay, but the point is, it's all a rumor. So if the piece that says it is about something about Skyward Sword is not true, then the other 2 pieces are probably also not true, because it all came from the one same inside source. So we'll just have to wait and see. Master, there is a 95% probability that the rumor is not true. And that's it for this week in Zelda news. I have a new video series over on my channel. It's called Games Like Zelda, and what it's about is right in the title, so you can listen to me babble about my childhood memories of playing games that I felt were kind of like Zelda in some way. Right about here. Watch them. I worked hard on them. Well, not really that hard. And see you next week. Bye, guys. I've got a horrible cold and it won't go away. Wah.